Welcome, everyone. This is Sky Kershner, just giving a little tutorial or example on working with the chatty client, finding the change talk. I call it the chatty client because the client's going to give a long paragraph of uh, what they're saying to us as the helpers. And our job is to select just the phrase that has some change talk in it. There might be a bit, there might be very little, but we've got to find it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. So here I'm going to start. If this is your first time with the AI, it's going to ask you a couple questions. Who are you? What do you do? What kind of clients do you work with? And that's going to help it to create a scenario that's relevant to you. Here it already knew who I was. Clients in the state of contemplation. Here's their prompt. I've been thinking about my health a lot. My doctor mentioned my blood pressure is getting higher, and honestly, I'm not surprised. That's a little significant there. I'm not surprised. I know I should be exercising more. There's a ton of change talk. I used to be pretty active in college, but now I barely walk from my car to the desk. My eating habits are terrible. That's change talk there, terrible. My fast food lunch almost every day. Sometimes I think about joining the gym. There's a whisper. Sometimes I think about near my house, but then I remember how crowded it gets after. I hate working out with strangers watching me. Plus, I'm exhausted, too tired to go to the gym. But then again, my dad had a heart attack at 50. And so you see the pendulum of swinging back and forth between sustained talk and change talk. That scares me. I see how my energy levels have dropped too. When I'm playing with my kids, I get winded so quickly now. Part of me knows I need to make some changes, but part of me feels overwhelmed. Where do I even begin? Well, I'm not going to answer that question. You're beginning not by thinking about the how, but thinking about the why. So that's what we want. We want to focus on the why. I'm going to go with this. It's the last piece of change talk that he said, and I'm going to try to amplify that. Part of me knows I need to make some changes. Part of you thinks making changes would be good for you. Now, we have a couple ways I could just stop there and have that reflection, and that would be enough. I could also steer it a little bit with the question. I don't want to ask at this point, what kind of changes are you thinking of? That would be like a how question. That would be like stealing third base a little bit. I want this to park more on the why. Why would you want to do that? That's not a bad. Another good question to ask is why now? Why are you thinking about this now? Um, I'm just going to go with why. Why would you? Mm. He says I've been thinking about my health a lot lately. I'm gonna ask about why now. Um, what's happening that is making this more important to you? It's kind of like what's going on in your life. Did he have a little health scare? So the MI score, the AI says, great job. The client responds, seeing my kids struggle to keep up with me is really bothering me. It's probably the other way around, struggling to keep up with the kids. I want to be for there. My dad's heart attack, that was a big wake up call. I don't want my kids to go through what I went through with my dad. Plus, I just don't feel that strong change talk. Okay, so you get a little change talk rating. 5 is neutral. Anything below 5 means that you're supporting the sustained talk. Anything above 5 is you're supporting the change talk. So I got a change talk rating here of 8 out of 10. That's pretty cool.